Mark? Let's see.
Oh, there he is.
Go ahead.
Speaking of guys.
Oh, beer and everything. Wow, you guys are pro.
Yeah, well, we're trying. I mean, you know.
Yeah.
That doesn't look
We
horrible.
should move a little closer to him.
You want to move that way?
Yeah. Your snack. Have yourself a snack.
Here.
Snacks.
Do you like the potato sticks?
I like everything.
Okay. Two.
Okay, you ready?
What do you think? How's it look?
You could actually move the camera a
Which way?
smidge closest to us, like actually the whole thing.
Bring the
Sorry.
whole thing in?
Yeah.
Okay.
Being a pain in the rear. Just keep this closer.
Yeah. All right, you say when.
That's pretty good.
Did I turn it too far? Is it okay?
No, that's pretty good.
Okay.
We have a lot of table in the foreground, but that's okay.
No, we don't really have anything to decorate it with except
Snacks.
and the flat music bar card.
Okay.
Yeah, no one can see that.
We'll pick it up at some point.
Okay,
All right.
sounds good.
You ready?
Sure.
What do you think?
Ready as you'll ever be?
I can't drink my beer with the phone right there. Hang on.
Oh, shoot.
We're gonna readjust. How's that?
Perfect. Is this thing on?
Yeah, both mics are on.
Is this thing on? Test. Test.
Is
Yeah.
the mic on? Mic and mic?
You can pick it up if you want. Mic. Pick up the mic.
Well, I'm a loud talker.
You can drop the mic, Mike. Mic drop.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, all right. We are live from Arai
We're in the flat bar.
in the flat music bar. There is music outside, but not in here because we're in the community room.
Yeah. We're in Japan. Have you said that part yet?
I have not said that.
Mm.
We are in Japan
We're in Japan.
with the Godfather.
He just came out of the onsen.
Yeah.
Correct?
I'm rested and mellow. Hopefully I can stay awake for you guys.
Okay. Well, we have to start out by introducing a man who needs no introduction, but we're going to do it anyways.
Yes.
This is Mike Douglas, who, if you, for some reason, have been under a rock for the past 30 years, he basically is responsible for modern free skiing as we know it. He started out in moguls in Canada, and then he basically was involved in starting, innovating twin-tip skis, part of the new Canadian Air Force, which, park, pipe, all that stuff. He's been in matchstick movies. He went on to start basically, if you've watched any sort of podcast episode of skiing, or not podcast, like a webisode, he started those. So yeah,
That's
he
right.
started free skiing webisodes, which, are we allowed to say, well, he started
His
something free ski TV.
His,
Which we don't have to name them.
his
sensitive
film company.
No,
Switchback
it's all good.
Productions.
It's all good. Solomon Free Ski TV, for
Yeah.
sure. That's what it was.
Yeah, and he's went on to make amazing movies. He coaches. What else do you do? Switchback Entertainment. He has his own
Switchback
production.
Yeah.
Production company.
Yeah, I mean, you guys have covered it pretty good.
One
Pow,
thing.
I guess.
Pow Canada.
We're gonna get to that.
Okay.
But most recently, Canadian Ski Hall of Fame inductee.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Yeah, so we're amongst a legend here today.
We are. And we're happy to be in Japan with Mike. It's not our first time in Japan with Mike.
And hopefully not our
And
last.
hopefully not our last.
How many times have you been to Japan, Mike?
That's what I was wondering.
I'm guessing it's probably north of 60.
60
times
trips?
Japan.
Yeah.
You're not
Wow.
even 60 years old.
No, but I started coming here. I'm getting there. I started coming here in 1991 when I was deep in the mogul scene, and the mogul scene in Japan was booming.
Mm-hmm.
All my sponsors at that time, from that time for like the next 5 years, were Japanese based. So they were Western companies generally, but that had subsidiaries in Japan, and those subsidiaries over here sponsored me. And so I would be coming over all the time for demos, photo shoots, product development, all kinds of things. So in those early days especially, I feel like I was coming at least twice a year, sometimes 3 times, sometimes 4 times a year.
Wow.
and then I kind of kept that going through the rise of the twin tip era. I was actually the event director for the Nippon Open for a couple of years. So I was actually over here doing real work for a while, which was a trip. And then kind of from that era on, it's been mostly annual filming trips for a long time. And then more recently, the camps.
Amazing.
Yeah.
That's
I love it over here. I
Yeah.
really love it. Such wonderful people, such a cool place, cool vibes, different, interesting, powder,
Yes.
onsen,
Onsen.
good food.
Yeah. So how much has it changed in terms of skiing over here since you first began coming here?
It's changed quite a lot. The Japanese ski industry as a whole was massive when I started coming here. Like half the ski gear sold on planet Earth was sold in Japan when I started coming here. 10 million active skiers they had.
Wow.
Over 600 resorts. And when their economy started tanking in the 90s, those skier visits fell down pretty dramatically. A lot of resorts closed. And it was kind of early 2000s when I feel like it started hitting the powder skiing map. But it didn't fully arrive, I feel like, until like the last probably like 7 or 8 years. And all of a sudden, like, Niseko has totally changed. Like, I remember I used to go to Niseko and it felt like this little backwoods Hokkaido rural town with a little bit of funky vibe edge to it. And now you go there and it's like mega resort.
Yeah.
So a lot has changed. Hakuba area has changed quite a lot too. There's starting to be, there's a lot of foreigners there. But there still are a lot of pockets in Japan where you can kind of get back to the original style of this place.
Awesome.
Yeah, super fun. How many resorts do you think you've been to in Japan?
Also, I think around 60. I actually checked a new one off this week, which is kind of cool because I haven't hit a new resort for a few years now.
Was that Tenjin?
No, I've been there before, but we went to one near there called Okutone.
Okay.
And it's just a small resort, like 4 or 5 lifts. And we went there because Tenjin was closed that day.
Right.
So, but I was kind of stoked because it's fun to go somewhere new.
Yeah.
You're still,
60 resorts.
he's not jaded, folks.
No, I love it. I'm a sucker for all this stuff. It never gets old to me.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I think we are all on the same page with that.
Yeah. Want to talk about POW?
Yeah, let's go there because you brought it up. You are the co-founder of POW?
Yeah, co-founder of POW Canada. I acted as board chair for 6 years, and more recently, I stepped down to be a board member at large, basically because I put term limits on the president's or the board chair role for myself and my own sanity, and to get a little bit of free time back. But this past summer, they actually named me president, so which is means that I'm a little bit more of a figurehead, I guess. Jeremy Jones is president in the U.S.
Got it.
And they've kind of put me into a similar role in Canada.
Okay.
So I deal with the media a lot. I help deal with the team and sort of overall direction, but I'm not involved in like the day-to-day operations.
When did that start for you, and what made you want to start that?
I first noticed global warming, or that's what it was called in the 90s when I was working on the glacier at Blackcomb, the Horseman Glacier. I was running a summer camp up there, which is now known as Momentum Camps with John Smart, and it was really seeing, with my own eyes, the news stories that we were hearing about global warming, the planet's changing, and I'm watching this glacier that I thought was so big, like it couldn't possibly disappear, shrink more and more every year. And that was kind of like mid to late 90s where I really started noticing that. And for a long time, I didn't really know what to do. I mean, I've always believed in the science behind global warming or climate change. But it wasn't until Jeremy launched Protect Our Winters in the U.S. that I sort of saw a group that I could identify with. So eventually I ended up getting involved with POW in the U.S. And quickly realized that, if you're going to do meaningful things on climate, it has to happen at the policy level. It's got to happen. You know, you got to pull big levers. All of us recycling and trying to
shame each other on social media.
Shame each other on social media. I mean, really, honestly,
Right.
it's somewhat pointless. I mean, of course, every little bit counts, but if we want to actually tackle this problem in a real way, we have to look at the big contributors, and we've got to address those. And that can only really be done through policy work with government. And so it felt a little bit awkward for me to be working with POW US as a Canadian, so it made sense to get it going in Canada. So in 2017, a group of us sort of said, okay, how are we going to do this? Unfortunately, this sort of guardian angel came along named Dave Erb, called me out of the blue right as we were trying to figure this out. And Dave has been instrumental in getting all that going, and he's still the executive director right now in Canada.
Amazing.
It's funny that you mention, the things we try and do, but really that the change has to come on the larger policy level, because that has been a consistent theme in all 3 episodes that we've recorded so far. And so along those lines, what, right now in the United States, we're experiencing a reversal of policy around this area. Is there anything that Canada has done, to try and counteract or react to what, we're doing in the U.S.?
I mean, as Canadians now working with government a little bit, I've been and seen the inside of how our federal government works, and have gotten to know quite a few people involved, which has been an eye-opening experience for me. I think I came into it with some naivete that we all do, and then when you see how it works on the inside, you start to, for me at least, I shifted my opinion of like how to be effective. And I think if I go back 10 years, I was an idealist. I thought like we have to change now, like we've got to ram this stuff through. And I like to refer to the government, analogy that I like to use is that it's memory foam. And if you punch it, it's actually resistant and it's really hard. But if you push your fist slowly into it, you can start to penetrate and make your way through it. And that's how I feel like dealing with government is. You have to, whether we like it or not, you kind of have to play the game, and you kind of have to lean into the things that work. And over time, if you look in 5-year increments or 10-year increments, you can make headway. And that's what we've seen a little bit from our side. Right now is a tricky time in Canada because we are being threatened by our neighbor, which is like a really crazy thing to say that I would never think I would have to say in my life, but that has sort of taken precedent over everything right now as our sovereignty. And so one thing it's done is it's united Canadians in a way that I haven't seen for like 20 years. And Canadians are kind of aligned. Carney's doing a lot of moves to navigate this. He's a smart guy. I know from following him for many years that he is climate conscious. A lot of the moves he's doing right now do not feel climate conscious, but I think, we have to be a little bit patient in this moment. But there is hope right now, despite what's happening in the U.S., which is obviously a bit freaky.
Yeah.
But one of the things that we've always tried to do is push a better future, like a path toward a better future, which means like invest in renewables, tax the bad things, promote the good things, and eventually with the hope that market forces would take over. And that's exactly what we're starting to see now. And that's exciting to me because this has been a moment that we've kind of been waiting for, and it's being led by China, actually. China is a renewable energy powerhouse in a way that we've never seen before. They put on more solar power last year than any country in history, possibly more than the rest of the world combined.
Wow.
They were installing solar panels last year at a rate of 100 per second.
What?
Yeah, it's so impressive, and it's so cool to see when a group of people mobilize, and what that's done. That's so exciting for the rest of the world. Whether the U.S. government likes it or not, it's driven the cost way down. So renewable energy is now by far the cheapest form of energy production on the planet. And a cool side story to the China story is that Pakistan, a country of 280 million people, like not a small place. Ingrid's been there. They have already transformed more than 20% of their grid just in the last couple of years to solar. And not only is it cheaper, but it's more reliable, and they are all in on it. So once the market sort of tips, it's really hard to tip that back in any other way. So, you know, if you're not even an environmentalist, if you're looking at like a new power project or trying to power a factory or whatever, you're probably going to look at the cheapest possible option. And nowadays, that is often renewables like solar, wind, geothermal, those kind of options.
Well, what do you think makes some countries and leaders so forward-thinking and others so resistant and like clinging to the old ways?
Science.
Okay, elaborate.
I mean, it's the scientific consensus on climate is it's clear. Like,
but like, why are some like the Chinese are so forward thinking, and they're like, obviously, we're seeing this coming. We're going to invest in the future, not cling to the past, right?
Well, I also think they want all the energy.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. So China has. I mean, China is the manufacturing hub of the planet.
Right.
So their energy needs are astronomical.
So you're saying it's market forces.
Yeah, because they need to. I can't remember what the stat is, but you know, they need 1.5 times the current amount of energy that they produce now for their projections of the future. Now, the good news is that they're primarily building that new infrastructure, and energy sources are coming from renewables. The problem is they're using a lot of energy, so we're not seeing a lot of their, you know, coal-fired plants and that sort of thing shut down.
Yeah.
So, I mean, the good news is the new is renewables. The bad news is it'd be good to get rid of some of that nasty stuff along the way too. But that will probably happen over time, and hopefully will accelerate in the coming years.
How's that going in Canada? Because I know Canada loves their, you know, Calgary and the oil and how. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Canada's kind of split. The good news about Canada overall as a country is a lot of our energy comes from renewable sources already. We've got hydroelectric in the west. Also, Quebec is 100% hydroelectric. There's pockets of the country that rely on the old systems of energy, but we have, through most of the country, we have all the things in place that you need to be a renewable energy country. The problem is that it's really tough to export renewable energy, although Canada does supply the west coast of the U.S. with quite a bit of power that comes from our hydroelectric systems. But, you know, it's tough to, when you have, you know, the economy in Alberta, for example, that relies on oil and gas, they don't want that to stop, and they will fight hard for it to continue. As long as there's a buyer, they will try and make it happen. You know, we hoped that would get wound down through policy and public pressure and all that kind of stuff. It really hasn't. But market forces hopefully will lead to that being backed off. I mean, we're not going to turn off oil overnight. Like that's a pipe dream. And all the anti-environmentalist people are always like, oh, you know, everything you have is made of oil. Well, yeah, no shit. Like, that's how we make things. But it doesn't mean we should be burning it in our cars and burning it to make electricity and burning it all over the place. So
there's such a thing as environmental economics, where there's a curve. You know, you go down and meet the curve. You can't just quit everything all at once, but it's a slow curve.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And once you have an e-car, once you see that other side or whatever, it's like, how are we living in this?
Right.
Yeah, I mean, that's one of the beautiful things is that when you create something that is not only better for the environment, but is just better in general.
Yeah.
You know, for like we just talked about Pakistan's power grid, they're not only excited because it's cheap, they're excited because they can store it in batteries. They charge it during the day, they store it in batteries at night. they've got micro power systems in these villages that used to rely on a line coming from somewhere else that was down all the time. So they're saying that the reliability is so much better that everything just works better.
Mm-hmm.
So, and having an EV, I've been driving an EV since 2019, and it's awesome. Like, I don't want to buy another gas car. Like, it's been incredible. And the funny thing is, when I bought my EV, which is a Kia Niro, there was talk that around 150,000 kilometers to 200,000 kilometers, you'd probably have to replace the battery. Like, battery performance would fall off, like it does in your phone or any electronics. And we just hit 180,000 kilometers on our car and had it checked, and it came in at 99.8% battery capacity.
Amazing.
Still. Yeah.
You must take good care. You charge it properly.
We charge it properly. Yeah, we go to 80%.
Yeah.
Usually, not all the time though.
Yeah.
Like, we're not perfect. We do our best, but it's very clear to us now that the battery will outlast the car.
That's amazing.
Which is cool.
I've heard that about a lot of the EVs lately. That's what they're finding out, is that the batteries are lasting a lot longer.
I also heard, which I may be wrong, but somebody told me that the Kia, we have a Kia also, but that they're the car that's the most made in the U.S. right now.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
It's the most U.S. made car.
We're not Kia sponsored, by the way.
No.
We
would like to be. If Kia wants to sponsor
Kia,
us,
come on.
We have no sponsors.
Bring it on.
Yeah, sure.
But yeah, no, it's been a great car. It's been a great car, and it's fun to drive.
So fun.
Yeah, electric's super fun to drive.
Yeah, you have a Rivian, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know. It's really
Jelly.
fun. But when I go back to gas, it's like, what is this thing?
It's laggy, right? It's laggy and spiky.
My ankle gets tired.
Yeah, I have to press it.
No one wants tired ankles.
That is a downside of having an e-car, that my ankles aren't as strong as they used to be. At least my right one.
From the braking.
Yeah.
The funny thing is, you get used to braking, like we use the paddle brakes, right?
Yeah.
For the regenerative braking, and it's weird to me, like when I don't have it on a wheel, because I'll just like start flicking my fingers randomly to slow down. And oh, wait a sec, I gotta hit the brakes.
Yeah. Awesome.
Cool. Where should we go now?
Well, I have several questions.
Okay. Ingrid's got questions. Let's go.
Yeah. What do you think has been the main challenge for you working with POW? I guess what I'm getting at is, like, there's obviously pros and cons of being a skier, being an outdoor focused group that advocates for this. And I think there's some challenges to that, and there's some benefits, and I'd love to hear your take on that.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, the biggest challenge for us right now is funding.
Yeah.
POW historically has been, primarily funded through the outdoor sports industry, brands that are, have the same, are aligned with us in terms of how they see the world. They've supplied us with money, and you can go on our website and see the list of brands. It's long, and they're great. But what we've learned is that we're kind of at the whims of the industry and the health of the industry, and as it goes up and down, so does our funding. So we've been really focused this past year on trying to diversify our funding sources. A lot of people think we're way bigger than we are. POW punches above its weight, which is kind of cool because when I talk about the number of staff or the budgets, people are like, "Oh, whoa! I assumed you guys were way bigger because you have quite a loud voice." But we're trying to get that out because ultimately, if you want to be effective, you've got you got to hire the right people, you got to pay them, you've got to get out there in the world. All these things cost money.
Yeah.
So that's been a challenge recently that we're trying to overcome, and we've had some success in diversifying the funding. I feel like we've gotten to the government level. That was a big goal for a long time, was to get to the federal government and be listened to. And I 100% feel like we are now. We can walk into Ottawa and people know who we are, which is really quite cool.
Yeah.
Being effective, being able to look back at the year and go, okay, where did we move the dial? We get some wins. Sometimes they're not always big. Sometimes they're something very local, or sometimes they're a policy shift. It's and it's not super consistent, but we also recognize that you just got to stick with it. Like, expecting a quick fix to a very complicated problem is probably, honestly, it's like the most frustrating thing I get from the internet now is people, claiming to have solved something that no one's ever, no one's figured this out in 50 years, and all of a sudden the answer's right here. And it's like, no, it's not. There's a lot of complex problems out there, and they take time to solve.
So, I mean, clearly you're diversifying away from the outdoor industry because the outdoor industry is struggling right now. I think that's fair to say, right?
Yeah, it's not thriving. We'll say that.
It's not thriving, right?
It's not thriving.
Why is that? What are you seeing there?
Well, there's no snow in Western North America, and it's February. That could
very
be
true.
one of the things.
Its tail or whatever.
Yeah. So these businesses rely on things like snow and weather, and even like when we think about climate change in my area, and I know Ingrid, where you live, well, all three of us.
Yes.
The winter is part of it, sure, but it's the summer that's more scary to me. And I'm sure to you guys with wildfire, right?
Yeah.
Like, we now have, part of the summer where I live is referred to as fire season, where you might be choking on smoke for weeks at a time. And then, people aren't outside doing things, and that affects the health of the industry and the economy in our mountain towns. And that's just how it is. So all of this is sort of compounding on itself, and, it's tough.
What would you say to somebody who's like, well, back in 95, there was a tough year and there wasn't that much snow then either. So, like, isn't that just a cycle of...
I mean, there's always been bad snow years and good snow years.
Yeah.
But if you look at the stats and think globally, because there are pockets, there's a weather guy in Washington State who loves to point out how nothing's changed.
I know that.
In that region.
He's really good at predicting the weather. And
Yeah, but he's talking about weather trends, and he's not talking about climate. And I get pushback because of people read his report.
Yes, they do.
And he's a bit of a skeptic.
Yeah.
But when you look at the numbers globally, and I'm a nerd this way, I wish I wasn't, because it's freaking depressing. Like, the numbers are... You can't deny the CO2 concentration, the temperature, global surface temperature, ocean temperature, sea ice. All these things are heading in the wrong direction very quickly. And so, I mean, and that's why it's called climate and not called weather.
Right.
And I think, but I'd like to feel that intelligent people get that. I mean, there's always going to be people that are poking against you.
And is that, do you think, say that particular person, for example, is he poking that just to get himself notoriety? Or like to get...
I have a list of haters and trolls that are on me all the time.
Because of websites like his, where he's perpetuating that kind of weather myth.
Yeah, I mean, and I've learned to ignore them. I often, when someone's trolling me hard, I'll take a look, first of all, to see if they're a real human.
Yeah.
Sometimes they're not.
Yeah.
Like, you can just go to their post, and this is obviously a bot that's just regurgitating lies.
Mm-hmm.
But more often than not, they work in oil and gas mining, coal mining, or they're adjacent to that. So, they feel threatened.
Yeah, they have a fear of losing their jobs and their livelihood, which is understandable.
Yeah, and I'm sympathetic to their feeling of fear around these environmentalists coming for your jobs. But that's also, whether they like it or not, things are going to change. There's change all the time, whether any of us like it or not. We have to be resilient. We have to be adaptable. I try not to let it bother me. But I have to say, when I got deeper into the climate game about 10 years ago, I never anticipated that we would have opposition to try and develop renewables or just a cleaner air, cleaner water, better planet. Like, I didn't realize that there would be this, 35% of people that would actually be fighting against these things.
And do you think, why are they fighting against it? They don't want it. It's like too hard to imagine that it could be true.
I mean, the internet has been unhealthy, I think, to society in a lot of ways. Because lies spread just as fast as truths, and often faster. And lies are often painted in a way that are more simple to understand. Like I just mentioned, finding a simple solution to a complex problem is most often, it's not how it works. Like these are complex, but you can't fix climate in, a year. Like there are so many layers to these problems, and with all these things, with diseases, with so the internet has given rise to these charlatans and people that are duping the gullible, I guess, the people that don't go and do the research or get their information from credible sources, and unfortunately that's a disservice to us all.
Yeah, I know. It sucks. All right.
Listen to Mike. He's a nerd. Like, if you hang out with him, he's up late at night reading the science. Like,
I'm a nerd. I don't recommend it. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Then he'll be bummed out in the morning because he saw,
Well, I've learned to thicken my skin a little bit, and also, the one thing that I've learned from being involved in climate and understanding, where the data is at, the science is at, is that I celebrate every day. Like I used to go out, like I used to put my bike away on November 1st and I wouldn't get it out until the end of April. And that was ski season.
Yeah.
And now my bike kind of stays half ready to go all winter. The powder skis are there, the ice skis are there, and I just kind of roll with it a little bit more. And I've had to adapt to that way of thinking that, like, no, it's January. I know it's January, but today's a nice day for a bike ride, and I'll go for a bike ride. And so the outdoor spaces are, as we all know, because we're all like-minded here, it is like the best thing ever. It heals all this junk in our brains. You get out there, you go skiing, like we are all here in Japan skiing, and you have a wonderful time. And for a little while, you can just reset. You can let all this stuff go, and just enjoy yourself a little bit. And hopefully share that with others and inspire others, because if people don't get out into the environment that we're trying to protect, then why are they going to protect it? If all you ever do is sit at home on your phone or go to the shopping mall, you probably don't care.
Yeah, you could just live in your virtual reality.
Yeah.
Never go outside.
There's no community, no fun.
So you got to make sure you have a good time.
Yeah.
Get out there.
We've got some raging techno music in the background
at
here.
the Flat Music Bar.
We're at the Flat Music Bar. Latte Arise. Shout out to the DJ who's really dropping the bass right now.
They were very nice to let us use their community room.
And this guy has been working. He was up on the mountains serving
he's working
ramen.
too.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, that's the guy from up at Zendana Station.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah. So,
double shifting.
Yeah.
Do you have a next question?
I don't know. I think we should probably go with something fun to wrap up.
Yeah, I was going to. Okay, I have one unless you have one.
No, you go ahead.
Okay, well, I want to ask, this podcast is about sustainability.
That's right.
There's another type of sustainability that I want to ask you about, because you have been an idol and a mentor of mine, and you are, still crushing it in the ski industry.
Creak! That was my back.
He's an amazing skier. You're still heavily involved, and you're an amazing skier, and I would like to know, how do you keep it going? Like, okay, Mike has a really cool movie from how many years ago?
God, it was 9 years ago now.
9 years ago.
Back when I thought I was old.
That's called The Fountain of Youth, that everyone should watch. But yeah, in that you were kind of talking about how skiing keeps people young, longevity, sustainability for your career, for your body.
Yes.
But yeah, just talk about that. Like, what have been some key things for you that have kept you going and that will keep you going?
Yeah. So the first and most important thing is keeping moving.
Okay.
And that means trying to get out. I don't get out every day, but I try to get out at least 5 days a week and do physical exercise that gets my blood flowing, that gives me fresh air, all those kind of things. So in the winter, it's skiing. I'll often get out, not always for the full day, but say for 2 to 3 hours. I'll go out and ski hard, go for a ski tour, meet up with some buddies, have a little bit of a social time. In the rest of the year, it's often mountain biking, hiking, but just moving in general. With my wife Susie, we'll go for a hike in the forest. We live right next to a beautiful forest, and we're out there all the time. So movement is number one. I would say is just like, you're sitting on the couch, it's feeling comfortable, and then you got to go. Like sometimes I was like, get off your butt, get outside, and I always feel better, which is the nice thing.
Yeah.
Next, I would say I don't drink that much anymore. I'm on a trip like this, I drink a little more, but when I'm at home, I don't drink a lot of alcohol anymore, and I try to eat fairly healthy, mostly vegetarian diet, and keeping the weight and the fitness under control through diet is something that's also important. I try to sleep well. Mm-hmm. I'm like an 8 hours a night kind of guy, and I'm very lucky because I can usually fall asleep like real quick at night and generally stay asleep. And yeah, just try to not get bogged down too much in the details and get out and have fun.
What about other aspects of your career? Because you've been basically everything within the ski industry. How do you figure out what your next project is, what your next phase of your career? How do you get your motivation?
Yeah, I mean, it ebbs and flows. I probably, like everyone, I dipped into the film world pretty hard there for a bunch of years, and that was kind of my focus, my primary focus. And, the film industry is going through a tough part right now, and I'm finding it harder to secure a lot of new jobs in that area. So I pivoted back towards skiing, and I'm actually loving it right now because I'm kind of having a little bit of a renaissance in the ski career. And
this is your work with NST?
Well, a little bit with the Natural Selection Tour for sure. That's got me tuned in to the front edge of free skiing, I'll say. I know who all the up and coming best female athletes are right now, the 18-year-olds that are turning a lot of heads. Yeah, there's so much talent. I'm really excited about that. And mixing, same with the guys. I'm pretty excited. I've become a little bit more of a fan again of what's going on in free skiing, and also just getting out there again. I'm on pace for my most ski days this year that I've had in a few years, so that's good.
Right.
And just picked up a new brand partner with Stellar Equipment out of Sweden, so I'm excited to start working with them. I'm still working with Solomon on the hard goods side. And that's we're just rekindling how that looks for the next few years, and with Hester Gloves as well. I've been with them for 25 years now.
Wow!
So I've had really great partners over the years, and that's been huge. But I'm a curious person in general, and I think I'm always looking for new opportunities and new ways to do things and try things, and life's short, you kind of gotta just get out there and go for it.
You heard it from the Godfather.
Yeah, the Godfather. Okay, well, I think we're going to sushi dinner now. So.
Sushi dinner.
On behalf of our country, I'd like to say sorry.
Yes.
Sorry.
I still, if I ever get a pair of on 3Ps, I want the Sorry bases.
Yeah.
Those are the best.
We're grateful that you are leading the charge, and hopefully Canada will set some good examples and show us how it can be done in a way that benefits everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, here's the vibe from Canadians. Canadians are pissed. They'll say that. But most Canadians believe that the majority of Americans are truly good people. We've been best friends forever, right? So they still believe that those people are there. We just hope that the sane side of the aisle will prevail.
To our Canadian friends, we are still here. We're just fighting for our democracy right now.
Mm-hmm. And we've got Katy Perry and Justin Trudeau doing it. leading the democracy, leading the diplomacy effort.
There we go.
So we're appreciative of them.
Let's hope she, well, let's hope that works out, I guess.
I'm sure it will.
You
Come
think
on.
so?
Oh,
Okay,
yeah,
all right.
lasting. That's a lasting. I don't know.
It's always a Hollywood ending, right?
Yeah, I wish them the best. Well,
Yeah,
Mike,
but the best.
it's always amazing to talk to you. So glad we get to be here.
Yes,
I feel so honored to get to share this place with you two because you're two of my besties, and I love.
It is very. Oh wait.
We gotta do a toast to that because
Kampai.
Kampai. Oh, that's right.
Kampai. All right. Well, thank you.
Thank you guys.
All right.
I have so many questions for Ingrid, but that's another podcast.
Well, then you're gonna have to come back.
Yeah, we'll have you back.
We'll do. I mean, you were technically our first guest, so this is on the pilot on the phone.
Oh, right, you called me.
Right, we called you.
Swifties
to discuss Tay. So.
Yeah, did you know that Harry Styles has a new album coming out, and so does Noah Kahan?
I'm excited about Harry Styles' new album. I heard one song; it's really good.
Yeah, my daughter. Well, one last quick story. Do we have time for one last quick story?
We got 8 minutes. We have 8 minutes.
So
we needed music because we always have music.
So this is like 2 weeks ago. I'm in the middle of a Zoom meeting. I think it was a POW board, something or other, and my daughter starts calling me. She never calls me in the morning. Something weird's going on. That's my
she's
first
at
thought.
uni, right?
She's at university, yeah. She starts calling me. She calls me, I think she called me twice in a row. And I was like, oh, geez, I should probably pick up. Then she texts me. All caps. OMG, did you see what just happened? And it's like, oh my God, did someone just start dropping nukes or what? Like, I'm freaking out. And I'm like, trying to hold my composure in my meeting. And like, yeah, and listening. And I'm like, scared to look at my phone and whatever. So anyway, 5 minutes later, I get off the call. And I just go straight to like Threads or something. I'm like, okay, like, is the world ending? Like, what's happening? I'm like, nothing. So I call my daughter back. I'm like, Kira, what's up? Like, are you okay? And she's like, yeah. Oh my God, did you see what happened? I'm like, no. This is why I'm calling. What happened? She's like, Harry Styles just announced his new album.
Yes.
I'm like, you almost gave me a heart attack over that.
That's good. It is exciting. I mean, I love Harry Styles. And your Instagram with the stick season with Noah Kahan, very clever.
Thank you very much.
Very clever.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
We're good?
Yeah, so we're excited for Harry Styles.
Yes.
We're going to sushi.
Let's go sushi.
We're
going to ski tomorrow and then a couple more days. All right. Thanks.
Thank you, guys.